Hey guys, it's Jason Wampler with the host of DIMESTORE Psychology. I think I may have screwed up. I'm uploading a video right now. I erased all the pictures and videos from the memory from my phone's operating system. I don't know if that affected my YouTube video, the last one I shot. Here goes. Hey guys, I gotta get something off my chest. I've been keeping to myself. I don't think it's gonna be a George Floyd incident, but you know. About a year ago, I lived in a place called Santa Ana, California. It is kind of an unofficial sanctuary city, a little piece of Los Angeles and Orange County. I hate the place. I hate the police. Santa Ana PD, they can just kiss my gravy, man. They can smooch my flaccid white butt, and they can just go jump off a cliff. I am not your friend. I see Santa Ana Police Department. If I see you guys in trouble, I'll do the human thing. I'll try and help you out. Other than that, I don't want to have anything to do with you. You guys are miserable putzes. You hate white people. You're racist. You profile old white men. You won't do a damn thing for a man in distress based on his skin color. And I don't like you for that. This next story is about two guys that I lived with named George Saldana Herrera at 3026 South Renee Drive, Santa Ana, California. Now, George, he's an interesting fellow. He's done a couple of kind of dangerous things. My old friend Keith Bowen was my ex-roommate at that location. George, you would have let the guy die from old age in his room. He wouldn't do anything about it. And you put us in an upstairs bedroom when you had a couple free downstairs bedroom. The other guy I'm going to talk about, his name is Juan Rico. Now, Juan Rico is a troubled kid. He's probably about 26, 27 years old right now. Hey, Juan, I got to tell you, things are cool between you and I, but, what I'm going to talk about next isn't going to make you happy. You're going to see it on the internet, and I'm going to make sure that this sticks, dude, because I can't get anybody to help me out with this nonsense. And this is my show, DIMESTORE Psychology. This is DIMESTORE Psychology Confrontation Part 2. So I'm kind of doing a double dose. I'm going to be on the air for about 2 hours today because I feel like it. George and I, we had some disagreements. I had to end up leaving the house. He evicted me because he refused to take payment from me for the rent. But he evicted me because I said I refused to pay rent. But when I tried to give him money for the rent, he said, no, that would reset the eviction process by a full 2 months. I don't want that to happen. And I said, well, George, the basis for your eviction, the fact that I'm refusing to pay rent. I'm giving you rent. He's like, no, I just think it's time for you to leave. You know what, George? It's your house. I respect that. I got out. So I got another place. I'm in there right now. But, George, you're going to get what's coming next. I'm going to just talk about the incident with Juan Rico, and then tomorrow I'm going to talk about the incident with George Herrera, or all the incidents with George Herrera. Hey, George, somebody's got to know you're really kind of an evil person, and you're responsible for elder abuse and criminal negligence. I think you're an accessory to the murder of Leo Dranowski. I think you used some in-house muscle to beat Leo Dranowski up and send him to the hospital where he subsequently died. I think you're in receivership of stolen property. You made me watch that guy who said he's Leo Dranowski's son forge Leo Dranowski's signature after Leo Dranowski had died so he could sign over the pink slip of that white Toyota Camry to you. So George, I witnessed that, so I will swear to that. I'll swear to anything in this video under oath in a court of law. Now, let's get to the Juan Rico incident. Juan and I, we're good, we're bad. I had it in for the guy because he was a squatter. George let him live there because he needed his money. And George was overspending and underpaying. The guy was spending more than he was making, so he had Juan move in. Well, Juan, his area in the living room, he had it blocked off, but it was just trash. Juan, I seen animals live cleaner than Juan Rico, and he was coughing and hacking. He got sick. He'd drink too much alcohol. He'd be barfing in the sink, the bathroom, and in the shower stall. I had to call 911 on his ass to get him to stop doing that. I was really upset. A couple of times I had to confront him because he took my parking space. I got home at like 12:30 in the morning from a job, a ball buster of a job, around an argument with a kid and a lady, because people don't respect mechanics at all. And I don't give a crap. I am one. I'm also an automotive engineer, automotive and aerospace engineer. You don't respect me then, you're not going to respect me now, so I don't give a crap. But, hey, Juan, dude, that one night, man, it was 12:35 a.m., March the 20th, 2020, dude. And you remember the date, dude. Here's what happened. Let me break it down. The whole COVID-19 hysteria just started. I mean, the news media was gobbling this crap up because after all the news, they need something to report on. If it's not O.J. Simpson, tsunamis, or picking on Donald Trump every goddamn day of his presidency. I'm not for or against Donald Trump. I'm not political. I'm not religious. I believe in spirituality and government, but I won't talk about religion, politics, sex, drugs, or firearms or anything like that. I refuse to. I don't want to start fights. But, Juan Rico came in that one night. I kicked his divider open in his room. I know I did some other things to George. People say I assaulted George. All I did was grab George, a couple times, because he's doing some stupid things. So, hold on a second. Let me answer. Sorry. Somebody's knocking on something somewhere, and I can't do anything about it because I'm recording. So, hey, Juan, look, dude. So you had that huffy look on your face. It was the day of shortages and Checkpoint Charlie's, and we were rushing for toilet paper and fresh water for whatever reason. I don't give a crap. I think the whole thing is false. You had that look on your face. You had that black leather jacket on. Dude, and you had their toilet wipes, a 4-pack of toilet wipes from Sam's Club on the counter. I thought they belonged to the house. I didn't know they were yours. He said, no, they're mine. I said, no, they belong to the house. They've been here before you got here. I didn't know he'd gotten in there before, but I had to get to the kitchen. Well, here's what went down. I put my fingers on the toilet wipes, and I said, no, they belong to the house. At that point, he knows certain not fighting styles, how to grapple with people who are problems in mental care facilities and rest homes. So he put the moves on me, and I wasn't prepared. 50 years old, he's 25. I'm not making excuses. He started grabbing me. He wouldn't let go. And he would come around. He swung. He hit me a couple times. He come at me from behind. He's choking me. I almost knocked the glass off the counter. And this asshole landlord of mine, George Saldana Herrera, he was filming the whole thing on his camera. And you know what he's saying to me? He's saying, this is what you get. You're crazy. You're crazy. This is what you get. He was saying that to me while I was being beat up by this Juan Rico character. And Juan Rico, he tried to choke me out. I said a prayer. He stopped doing that. He kicked me, beat me. I was on the ground. He kicked me in the side. So I was covered in blood. My blood was on the kitchen floor. My pants were falling off. And he said, just stay down there like a fucking dog, man. I was just sick of this shit, man. And it still burns to this day to talk about it. And I said something like, hey, good job, kid. I wasn't begging for my life. I was pissed, about the situation, but I couldn't get angry and fight back. I don't know why. And I got up, and I looked at him and said, Juan, you told me that story about the little pig on the farm when you were 14 years old, and you don't want to kill it. And where's your respect for life, man? What would your father or mother think if you saw them doing this to me, an old man? And he just kind of looked there with an angry look on his face because for whatever reason he's waiting for the situation to stabilize. My left arm, I couldn't move it at all. My shirt was covered in blood, but it wasn't torn. I was bruised up. He crushed my rib cage. I couldn't sleep straight for the next 4 weeks. The funny thing about the whole situation was the attack lasted about 10 minutes. Now, 10:45 in the morning, and I called 911. Like, hey, dude, the guy just beat me up. The police didn't take a police report. I'm not getting any medical attention. My car is broken down. My left arm, it ain't working. So I said, just go out and talk to the patrol officers. And that's what the dispatch at 911 said. So I go outside, and some lady, some female police officer standing in the PD said, all I said was, are you guys going to take my report? Am I going to get some medical attention? And the female police officer, there was a bunch of male police officers from Santa Ana PD. Santa Ana PD, hey guys, you're going to get what's coming to you eventually, man. They did female police officers in the middle of this half moon ring. They're holding the line. They're tough as crap, man. And I don't give a crap. She said to me, and I quote, "Sir, stop calling 911. You will be arrested." And I'm hobbling out there with a crushed rib cage. Side of my face is discolored. My shirt's covered with blood. I can't move my left arm. And I turned around and said, well, I guess I'm not getting justice tonight. I didn't cower. I didn't whimper. I didn't beg. I just went back in. Took 30 minutes to take a shower. Took another 30 minutes to get myself ready for bed. And I went to bed, man. And I called I called the police, Santa Ana Police Department the next day. This time they sent out the affirmative action team. A couple of white European American police officers in Santa Ana PD. And those guys are really cool. And in fact, one of them said, because I expressed myself so eloquently, I guess they said, yeah, we should, Jason Wampler for mayor. And I got embarrassed as crap. Like, damn, dude, I don't do politics. And I was like, I wasn't expecting that, but they were really cool. And a couple other police officers with Santa Ana Police Department, they're cool. None of them were Hispanic. All the Hispanic male police officers and those bitch female police officers, Santa Ana Police Department, they hated me. I don't give a crap, man. If you hate white people, just go somewhere else where there aren't white people, man. If you're going to take that hatred around with you, but you want to intermix and you want a job around white people, don't either leave your hate behind at home and talk about us behind our back in the safety of your own home, or just go somewhere else where aren't white people. I don't need your hatred, man. Now I know what it's like for people to be racial against me. So that's how it went down. So over the next several weeks, I tried to press charges. I couldn't make it to the courtroom because my car was broken down, didn't have any money in the bank. I couldn't mobilize. I had to get the bare essentials. There was that crisis, COVID-19 crisis bullcrap. And and I tried to when I got my car fixed, I mobilized. I went over to the Santa Ana Police Department. I tried not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row to file a police report. They wouldn't take a report. And one of those stupid ass, punk ass male Hispanic police officers with Santa Ana PD patrol officer, they made me wait like 20 minutes. Got into an argument with another idiot customer of mine that I don't do business with anymore. And he comes up to me and said, well, it sounds like a civil matter. And I looked at him, this is what I said. The first time I mouthed off to a police officer in my entire life. I was 50 years old. And I thought, like, God damn, I'm going to be taking a chance with him. And I said to him, I quote, how in the hell is assault and battery on a 50-year-old man a civil matter? And he got this look like, God damn, man, this motherfucker is going to make me do my job. So I turned around and walked back. And he filed a report with a local detective for the Santa Ana Police Department. He comes back with a case number in the car and says, here, he'll call you. Nobody ever called me. So I finally called the Justice. I wrote a letter to the Justice Department of the United States of America in D.C. I wrote a letter to the California State's Attorney stating my whole case, some other things I was concerned about in my house. No response. And I wrote a letter to the Orange County District Attorney's Office. And those guys, come on, Mr. District Attorney, Orange County, you get 1 star out of 5. That should have told me something right there. You don't give a crap, man. Because you looked at the papers, the whole report, you reviewed it for about 5 seconds, and we don't have time for this. He's a white guy. He should move to Costa Mesa or somewhere else where it isn't predominantly Hispanic. Because the Costa Mesa, the Santa Ana Police, they racially profile, Caucasian Americans. And they do, man. I don't like my friend Ulysses Andrade. He didn't like me saying that kind of crap because it sounds racist. But, hey, Ulysses, a shout out to you, bro. You are my brother. But you got to understand there's a lot of hate going on in Santa Ana. Them folks, they don't like white people. That's just kind of how it's going down. So anyway, as that goes, as the stomach churns, I didn't get any justice. Here's the thing. My good engineering buddy, Scott Faka, shout out to you. Hey, Scott, I'm going to bring you some food today, show you some love. I'm going to work on your car, show you some love that way. But look, man, Scott keeps saying, wow, that Juan Rico really gave you a beating. I talked to my good friend, fellow business owner, Don Williams, and Don kept saying, Scott Faka kept saying, Don kept saying, hey, you got to get out of that place. So I eventually got, I got kicked out. I got evicted. There was kind of a mutual party. Like, George, you're a fucking asshole. Juan Rico is a goddamn death threat. He's a goddamn criminal. He should be in jail right for assault and battery. But George, you got this mindset, man. You're for self-preservation. You're convinced of how intellectual, how intelligent you are. George, you're fucked up in the head, dude. You don't think straight about certain things. There's like a crack right down the middle of your head where, you didn't value Leo Dranowski's life. I still think, George, you hired some muscle to beat up Leo Dranowski, a 90-year-old alcoholic white male in the house who mysteriously he said he's in a fight and heard a ruckus. No, somebody's in this room beating him up and trying to kill him, George. I'm not stupid, man. And then you got rid of him. Now, you would have let Keith Bowen rot in that upstairs bedroom. He had cellulitis. Guy died of advanced cellulitis and complications due to diabetes. You didn't give a crap, George. You're for George and you're pee-pee, man. You gone through 4 wives, and you're on a girlfriend who doesn't speak any English. She's in this country illegally. You got another illegal in your house. George, I have nothing against people. No, actually, I encourage people to come to this country, but you got to do it legally, man. People who don't speak English, they, whatever country they're from, if they're from Poland or Russia, or in my case, from Germany, Norway, if they can't speak English, then obviously they can't be citizens. U.S. citizens, They have to learn the language. That's just the bottom line. Hey guys, if you want to hate on me for that, I don't give a damn. I want all the comments. I want all the feedback. That George, you're a real piece of work, man. I saw you about 4 or 5 months ago, about 4 months ago. I was walking really fast in the Home Depot on Harbor and MacArthur on the border of Costa Mesa and Santa Ana. I was walking real fast. I saw you out of the corner of my eye, and I, oh my God. And then your idiot girlfriend, Maela, she hid behind you because she knew I was trouble. And I looked like I was charging, hey, George, bro, I know you're flaccid. I know you're old. I know you're weak. I know you got diabetes yourself. You're an old man. George, you're going to die. You're going to stew in your own juices, and you're going to die an old, sick old man with that nothing but that house. You can't ride your motorcycle. You can't drive that piece of crap car of yours. You're going to die alone in your old house. Maela, her family, they're going to take you for everything they can. You're a meal ticket to her, dude. She's going to hop, skip, and jump when you're dead, dude, because she's going to spread her legs for someone else. I don't care, George. She's your sugar baby. You're her sugar daddy. She's only having sex with you because she thinks you can protect her and you can provide for her. Those type of relationships don't go far, George. But that night when I saw you at Home Depot, I wasn't expecting to see you. George, I wasn't rush jobbing you, man. I wouldn't attack you physically. I feel sorry for you because you're so limp and flaccid. George, I could beat the crap out of you in about less than 5 seconds. Why would I do that? That this Juan Rico character, let me add to the story. This Juan Rico character, before I got asked to leave or kicked out or evicted from that house, Juan Rico decides to intercede for me, or intercede on behalf of George, because George and I got into another argument. George is a rude motherfucker, and he said some things, and I'm like, George, keep it down. Juan's trying to sleep. I was trying to show Juan some sympathy because he worked nights, and George's like, wait, he chased me in a room and just yelling at me. I'm like, George, shut up, man. Juan Rico's right there. George, by the way, Juan, George Herrera, he doesn't respect you at all. He trash talks you all the time. He talks about getting you out of the house all the time. George is a flaccid coward. He won't stand up to you, but he managed to stand up to me. You came out, you woke up, you were upset. You directed all your hate at me again. And Juan, you looked at me and said, Jason, I could have killed you like that. And I'm thinking to myself, Juan, I got to tell you right now, dude, I was tempted to throw down with you right then and there because I can get you in an open space out in the middle of the street instead of a confined space, and I know what your moves are now, dude. I got to fucking taking you out, man. And if you come after me after this shit, I'll be ready for you. Either I'll beat you to death or I'll stab you to death and let you just bleed out, dude. Okay? You and I are cool as long as you don't make a move on me, Juan. But I got to tell you, man, the wheels of justice are going to catch up with your ass. George, the wheels of justice are going to catch up with your ass too, dude. I mean, that video recording of me being beat up by Juan Rico, assaulted and battered in the kitchen at 3026 South Renee Drive on March the 20th at 12:35 to 12:45 a.m. 2020, last year, man. Almost the same time this last year, a couple days off. Hey, George, somebody's going to get a hold of that video, man. And that's going to nail your ass to the wall, and that's going to open up things wide. Your life is going to be a nightmare, and so is Juan's, dude. And when I get, and if and when I ever get some traction in this case, and I can sue you, George, I'm going to sue you for everything you got. I'm going to take all your material goods away from you, hawk them to the lowest bidder, hawk them to the highest bidder or the lowest bidder, take that money, put it in my account, and use that for startup capital for my aerospace business, George, because you owe me, man. I mean, you kicked me out illegally, then you ain't getting any more rent money back. We're not friends, man. I'm not pals with you. Hey, Juan, we're cool as long as you stay on your side of Orange County, dude. I don't want to ever see your ass again, or I'm getting up on my hind legs. Juan, I got to tell you right now, dude, I wear a knife. I sleep with a knife. I know how to use a knife and stab and cut people to death, man. I've almost done it a couple of times, and I'm ready for you, Juan. If you come after me with some stupid ideas, like you need to straighten some crap out between you and I, hey, Juan, it ain't going to happen, kid, because I know how you move. I know how you think, and I've got connections. I'm in Costa Mesa. Hey, Costa Mesa, the police are predominantly Caucasian. I mean, they deal with white Caucasians a lot. Costa Mesa is predominantly Caucasian. I mean, there's less and less minorities because the city is so expensive to live in. But, they favor Caucasian males. And I'm friends with Costa Mesa PD. So that's that. So, somehow, some way, somebody's going to get a hold of that video on Jorge Solana Herrera's phone. By the way, I don't know if I can give you his phone number, but I will. 714-235 714-235-7600. That's 714-235-7600. That's Jorge Saldana Herrera's phone number. Give him a call and get his side of the story. The kid's name is Juan Rico. I don't know if he still lives with George or not. He probably does. Somebody else has got my room. I don't care. Don Williams, shout out to you and your wife Julie and your crew. Don, I love you, brother. Scott Faka, I'm going to be working on your car later on today. I'll see you probably around 4 or 5 o'clock. I got some other things to do. Shout out to you too, brother. I love you. Hey, but the funny thing is, nearly 80% of my friends are Mexican-American. Shout out to Raul Lopez. We've been bosom mates for 30 years. Shout out to my friend Johnny Ruiz. I haven't seen you in a long time. David Mendoza, you tried to reach out to me about 20 years ago. I blew you off because I was in a bad place. Adolfo Bugarin, I'd love to hear from you and your brothers, dude. I mean, we're spiritual brothers, Adolfo and I. And so is David Mendoza. Carlos De La Torre, you're in a rest care facility. Carlos, I got to be honest with you, I don't know if you're still alive, man. I mean, you're in pretty bad shape, but you're my movie partner. They open up the theaters. Let's go to another movie. Rick Flores, Rick, you're an upstanding, intelligent young man. You're half my age, and you're doing twice as much. I'm amazed. You're a wonderful, wonderful person, and my spiritual brother too. Shout out to you too. I can't think of anybody else. Shout out to my friend Eric Mickelson, Isaac Church, my uncle George Wampler, David Wampler, and his wife Susan. I love you all. You are family to me. I can't say otherwise. But look, there's just one more thing I want to talk about. This will have to be quick because it put me at the 30-minute mark, and this phone is going to cut me off at 30 minutes. I had an interesting run-in with an individual. I don't know. I was working on my rockets in the park during the daylight, probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and a young Hispanic, short, squat, fat female with her hair slicked back and her glasses on approached me. She had her sidearm and a utility belt on, but she didn't look like Costa Mesa PD. Now this incident took place at Fairview Park, where I build my rockets during the daytime. And then I go to Estancia High School parking lot, after hours when they close the park and it gets dark. So I go there and I build rockets there. And for whatever reason, she looked off. She didn't have a badge. She didn't have a name tag. She didn't have a radio with dispatch. She wasn't patched into Costa Mesa dispatch. And her outfit, I could swear under oath in a court of law, her outfit was pitch black. It was a police officer's outfit, but it was black. Now, Santa Ana PD, they wear black. I know they wear black, but they have all the dressings and everything, gold badge and everything. Well, she didn't have her badge on. She had her sidearm, which is black, and her utility belt was black. She was all black and black shoes, black. You had these rainbow sunglasses like the aviators, Bausch & Lomb aviators. And she was throwing down like, "Sir, you can't do this." And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, that's kind of a load of bull crap, because this is where Costa Mesa Police Department tells me I should go when school's in session in Estancia. So she gave me a hassle. I showed her the rockets. She had planes. And I said, well, I just gotta put away. Well, lady, I can't put my shit away in 5 seconds like your incredibly egotistical vagina wanted me to. Okay, so you came back 10 minutes later. You had this weird looking kid with you with light blue shirt on, like the guy is like a cadet, an underage cadet, and he was just standing there with just a vacuous look on his face. And you got really upset, and you got huffy, and you got rude with me, and you got in my face. And he started looking at the expired tags on my truck. He said, "You got to fix that. I can have the car towed." And I'm thinking, this is kind of a hassle. It's kind of a shakedown. So what's going on? I said, and I kind of mouthed off to her, and I'm glad I didn't apologize to her. I mouthed off to her and said, "I need to see a copy of these regulations say I can't work here." And she said, "Yeah, sure, I'll show you right now." She didn't show me. And as she's walking away, she's already mouthing off at me. Cops don't do that, man. The cops, they don't do that. In Costa Mesa PD, they wear dark blue with gold emblems and gold trim on the utility belt. And they act professional and straight up. She was riding shotgun in a Ford F-150 Costa Mesa police truck with this little half-ass cadet who couldn't say anything, couldn't manage to open his mouth up. He was flanking like he was her muscle. So she walked up and I said, "Serve and protect." So I kind of mouthed off to her because I was pissed, man. She was being very, very disrespectful. And it's not. I'm not a misogynist. I love women. I'm for women's rights, but not when they're going to treat me like that. I just, so the gender war continues. But, and I said, "Serve and protect." Well, that's a funny thing, man. That was on a Wednesday. Friday night rolls around. I'm working in a Sancha High School parking lot, parking space adjacent to the turn right next to the tennis courts. And this kid, the same kid that was with her, kind of rolls up on me, but he doesn't act like a cop, and he's got the same dress on. No radio, no taser, no ID badge, no name tag, nothing. And there's a couple cars parked behind me just watching the whole incident, kind of flashing their lights. I'm like, what the hell's going on? He's like, he just comes up, he just say, what are you doing? I got a complaint. And like, I'm kind of fishing for information. I'm acting weird. And he's kind of looking at me like I'm acting weird. And like, you know, my question is, what's going on? What are you doing? And he's taking back that. And he was really, really scared. He had this weird, scary look on his face. So he wasn't confident. He didn't have that police attitude. And I got worried and suspicious. And he's like picking stuff up. And I'm like, dude, don't do that. Don't touch my stuff, man. But I made an excuse like, that's dangerous. I can hurt you. You know, put my stuff down, you know. And he said stuff like, well, you got to have a permit to work in a parking lot. And I said, okay, so get the permit, talk to the principal. Yeah, just like that. And he said, you know, I can have your car towed right now, but I don't want to do that. And I'm like, dude. And the whole time he had my driver's license, and I said, can I have my driver's license back? And he said, no, we're still talking. I'm like, what the fudge, man? This guy is just it's not real. So guess what? So the white Ford pickup truck that I complained to the Costa Mesa Police Department about next way, it pulled out. It did a peel out, turning right on Placentia, right next to the parking lot we were in, Assange High School parking lot. And he's looking at me the whole time. He's got this really worried, intense look on his face, like, am I going to throw down? The kid's smaller than me. I could have beat the crap out of him. But, you know, I kind of take him by surprise, and I don't want to do that. But I'm like, didn't you just see what the guy did? And he like focused on me. So, you know, before the truck pulled and peeled out, I waved at him. And he's like, oh, do you know those guys? He's saying it. He's saying it like, and he's doing everything really suspiciously and cautiously, like someone's making a dare for him to do this when he knows he doesn't have a right to do this. That's how he's acting. And then when I said, I probably put myself away. Hey, we're wrapping it up, right? And I said, dude, I mean, you're right here. You're seeing how much work it is to pack up and put away, man. You're right here, dude. Are you stupid? I didn't say that, but I'm like, damn, dude. You got to be quiet and mellow out. It takes time for me to put all this stuff away. I got hoses and gears and tables and tools. I got to pack it, lock everything up, straps and canvas covers. Dude, you got to shut up, man, because you're actually watching me do this. You see how long it takes, and you're still asking me how long it's going to take. You're kind of stupid, man. I didn't say that, but I was really fucking irritated at this guy at this point. And then I pull out. He pulls up behind me with his brights on, and he slams on the brake. He almost rear ends me. What the fuck? And then he pulls around real fast. He pulls up to that second car that's next to that white pickup truck, and he rolls his window down right next to them. And like, what the hell is going on? Well, guess what, guys? I went to Costa Mesa Police Department the next day, and I got 2 minutes to go to finish the story. And I filed a report, and that lady at the desk, she had a really concerned look on her face, like, what the hell is going on? And I said, yeah, I talked to the watch commander. White guy is real nice. His name is Jeff. We talked it out. He explained everything away. And I told her we didn't have a badge. He didn't have a name tag or nothing. And and I told her about the incident earlier with the lady. And guys, I figured this shit out. But, hey, guys, if you're coming from Santa Ana to give somebody who lived in Santa Ana a hard time in Costa Mesa, man, lady, you're out of your depths. The next time I see you, I'm going to fucking let you have it, man. I'm going to get right in your grill. You better bring some people with you, man. Because I won't get physical with you, but you better believe I can get menacing as fuck, man. You don't hassle me like that. I live in Costa Mesa. I deal with the Costa Mesa Police Department. I don't deal with Santa Ana Police anymore. I feel your hate, and I regret it, man. I'm really sad. I kind of put in for you guys. I put in a good word for you. I said double the police force, double their pay. And you guys, this is the crap you give me, man. You don't protect people that aren't your own, man. I'm not digging that. I'm not being racist. I'm just calling it how I see it. So that's the confrontation latest. So I'll talk about my confrontation I had yesterday. I almost got in a fist fight because, I'm getting some more hate and disrespect from people from other ethnicities because I don't know how it is, how I carry myself or just my skin color or what. I don't care, man. But I'm calling it like I see it. The racism and the hate has got to stop, guys. It creates confrontation. And this thing with masks aren't going to save your life, man. I said out loud to a guy at 7-Eleven I got in a fight with. I wanted him to go outside so I could, we can get into it. I could teach him some manners. He's mouthing off to me. We need respectful. He works at 7-Eleven. I was almost got ready to get in a fist fight yesterday at around 2 in the afternoon. I don't do that, man. I'm trying to mellow out. But he's like, no. I went in this morning to his place of work and I apologize. But anyway, hey, listen, it's been DIMESTORE Psychology Confrontation Part 2, about to be cut off. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, okay? Thanks, bye.